Hello everyone, welcome along to the workshop here at Rathbone Manor once again, where today I'm going to be taking a look at this little Abingdon No1 wrench here that was once owned by HHY. Don't know who he was, but what we have here is a little Abingdon No1 wrench dating to around about 1901, something like that there. It's not in too bad a condition now, but if you take a look at it when I first bought it from the car boot sale, and it is part of my massive car boot sale tool haul video, you'll see what it was like when I first got it. Let's have a look. As you can see, it was quite dirty and there was quite a lot of rust on it too, and the jaws, like a lot of these old spanners, were bent open. The neck had been strained, as you can see here. And here it is after I've given it a dip in vinegar and a quick wire brush as well. I've also managed to straighten the jaws out, so they look a lot nicer now. They're still a bit beaten up, but then something of this age is going to be a little bit beaten up. Now I was looking at my new book, the history of the adjustable spanner, and if we take a look here, there's something going on at the end here. Just here we can see there's a bit of a gap, and there should have been a spring on here as well. That spring would have looked very much like this from this old advert, and also this picture from the adjustable spanner book. So I set out to see if I could make a spring of my own to go in here, so just to finish this off nicely. And for that I used a little bit of this packing, this is steel packing tape here, because it's nicely springy, as you can see. So I just used a little bit of that, chopped a bit off the end here. So let's see how I did that. I started by making myself a little drawing to work from. I then marked the material, drilled it slightly under size, filed it till it was a perfect fit on the roller, after which I cut the banding down to a more manageable size, as you can see here, and then remarked it again into the rough shape I needed, cut it, and after which I then filed and polished it to make it look like a proper spring. And this here is what I ended up with. There we go. A little bit of spring steel in the shape of what would have been fitted in there, that way round like that. Okay then, let's get it assembled. Just have to take the old spanner apart. Like so, and then we take the little spring and the roller. As you can see, it's got a little bit of a machined out of it like so. Spring fits on like this, and then both components then fit into the handle. Probably easier said than done, especially through the lens of a camera. Alright, hang on, we're getting there. Okay, hopefully like so. Reassemble into it the dynamic jaw and get it threaded in. Really slow thread on these. Finally. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it on my fibre wheel and just polish it up quite nicely, and then we'll come back and take a look at it. Okay, so HHY's old King Dick or Abingdon wrench has spent a good few moments on my fibre wheel. Just look at that, almost a mirror pit finish look, but not quite. Just very nice finish, I think. And I've tried not to remove his initials or other markings he left on the spanner. Let's have a look at those. Okay, so he stamped E16 on the dynamic jaw, and also on this part of the jaw too. Looks a bit like ELF, but I think you'll find it's E16. What those marks mean, I don't know. And we can see how the spring fits in at the bottom here, look, keeping tension on the roller. As I say, this is how it would have been originally when it came out of the factory. And I think I've done a nice job of straightening the jaws too. So it's almost like HHY. I wonder what his name was. HHY. Horace, maybe? Horace Henry something or other. So hopefully Horace, or Henry, whatever his name was, is quite pleased with what I've done with his old wrench. No doubt, hopefully this is what it would have looked like when it came out of the factory back in the about 1900, 1901, something like that there. But yeah, what a beautiful old wrench. I wonder if it still works. Okay, shall we give it a go with this M8 for a start? Let's get it snugged up onto the nut. There we go. Yeah, the jaws do actually spring a little bit as I'm adding pressure to it. Let's get it. Oh, it's got stuck now. What the? Right, hang on. That's better. Yeah. Still work after all these years, guys. God, wow, nice. I wonder what Horace would think of his old Abingdon No. 1 now that we've given it a nice polishing up. Runs quite nicely too. So, as I say, this is what it would have looked like from the factory. You'd hope, anyway. Not bad at all. These old tools are actually made for some really high quality materials. You can really feel it in them. They're really tactile after they've had a good polish. They feel really, really nice. Okay, everyone, let me know what you think of Horace's Abingdon No. 1 here. As I say, this is quite a vintage one from around about the 1900s, 1901, somewhere thereabouts. You can tell from the design of the roller here. I think this type of roller may have gone on until about 1931, I believe. I'll have to have a look in my book, and if I'm wrong I'll put it just here. Okay then everyone, I hope you enjoyed popping over to Rathbone Manor and the workshop and seeing what I've done with Horace's very nice Abingdon No. 1. It's definitely part of my collection now, and that's where it's staying. And let's hope Horace approves. As you know, I've got several Abingdon stroke King Dick wrenches, vintage ones. You know what this one looked like when we before we started on the cleanup operation. It's come up really well, I think, to be honest with you, seeing how dirty and bent it all was. But yep, quite pleased with that one then. Alright guys, well, thanks for popping over, thanks for giving us a hand with this little fellow, and I hope you'll pop by Rathbone Manor in the very near future and take a look at some more vintage tools. Thanks for watching.